Hello. This is so different than being on the radio. Oh, God. Okay. Here we go. Every week, we demolish enough houses in Nashville to populate an entire city block. The same houses where families start, where kids grow up, and where lives play out their final act. So, in our series, Curious Nashville, where we answer your questions about the city, a listener named Melinda asked us this question.
What is happening to all the waste that is being generated by this building boom in Nashville? There must be a mountain being generated somewhere.
It seemed like the best way to answer this question was to start with one house that was about to be torn down. So I dug through deeds and property records, and that's when I found 1807 Sherwood Lane, a single-family house with white vinyl siding tucked away on a tiny street in South Englewood. It was built in 1953, and it was home to the Bryant family for more than half a century. They sold the house in December for $230,000. I called the contractor to see if I could check it out. He told me I could just let myself right in.
I hope there isn't anyone squatting in here. Hello? It's all wood siding in here. It's so 70s. There's a Elvis license plate above the living room door. Oh my God. I really hope no one's in here.
Inside, it looked like a time warp. Brown shag carpet, linoleum floors. The kitchen and the hallway were lined with dark wood paneling. A lazy boy recliner sat alone in the living room. And there was a record player. Scattered around it were some old 45s.
What is it? Like a Virgin. Madonna. Oh my God, that's awesome.
A few days later, I met the man in charge of tearing down 1807 Sherwood Lane.
I'm Terry Mason. I work for J&D Topsoil. We demo houses and haul them to the landfill.
Okay, just to give you a picture of Terry, he's wearing denim overalls and he's chain-smoking Marlboro Reds, a pack of which is tucked into his chest pocket. He's been knocking down houses for about a year now, and he says he finds some strange stuff in them. Some homes look like residents just got up one morning and walked right out. Pictures still on the wall, kitchens full of pots and pans, marriage certificates, even cash. No one's still in the house?
No. Yeah, done it last week. Some guy homesteaded in the house.
Like a squatter?
Yeah. And he wouldn't come out. We had to call Metro to get him to come out.
Mm-hmm. Terry told me he'd call me when he was getting ready to wreck the house, but he never did. And the next time I went back, it was rubble.
I was here this morning. This house was still standing, and now it's not. Oh, there's part of the fridge.
A few hours later, Terry returned to load it up. With him was Jeff Boone, a truck driver. I caught Boone right as he was pulling out with the last scraps of the house. I asked where he was taking them.
To the dump at Ashland City Highway.
Okay.
I got to go. I got to get out of his way.
It was vague information, but enough to get me on the trail to a dump somewhere near Ashland City. 10 miles later, I pulled up to the Waste Management Landfill. At the base of a massive hill, dump trucks, just like the one I'd seen carrying 1807 Sherwood off its lot, were unloading materials. Bulldozers were sorting them. Jessica Preston is the landfill's environmental manager. She offered to show me around the 50 acres of landfill with its 36 acres of wildlife, which is home to deer, ducks, and great blue herons.
We also have a population of feral cats, and
I have 5 cats.
so do I. I'm a cat lady. And
I love cats.
we all of us here at the site take care of the kitties.
Clearly, I lose all professional composure when it comes to cats. I just love cats. And full disclosure, I now have 6 cats. Thank you. Anyway, back to construction waste. Jessica took me up to the top of the landfill where trucks come to dump their loads.
They back in, and then they tip their load, and they drive off with it still kind of up. Then the dozers come down and they push it up the hill to where the compactor can smash it and push it back down. It looks chaotic, but there's actually a very well-defined plan and dance that they do.
She says that on most days, around 500 trucks make this trip up and down the landfill. So the question asker was right. Waste Mountain does exist, and it's 10 miles away from downtown Nashville. But on my drive home, I got to thinking about what I just witnessed, the death of a family home. Now, I want you to take a moment and close your eyes and picture your childhood home, the house where you ate dinner, pushing your uneaten peas around your plate, the bedroom walls you plastered with your favorite punk band or teen idol, the secret spot where you hid your diary, or maybe something less virtuous, the ceiling you stared up at, deep in daydream, over your current crush. All right, you guys there? Now imagine all of that getting crushed, literally crushed, smashed into tiny little pieces. Kind of devastating, right? And so I realized I may have answered the question, but a family home was gone, and I wanted to go pay my respects and find out the rest of the story. If my research, looking at the deeds and other public records, was correct, I could track down the home of Glenda Smith, the daughter of the couple that first purchased 1807 Sherwood Lane back in 1964. According to the house's deed, she helped her mother sell it after her father's death.
Hi, I'm so sorry to bother you. I'm actually looking for Glenda.
I am.
I told her about the project and asked her about the house I'd found.
I think it maybe was your mom and dad's house?
My mom's
on
house
Sherwood?
is done sold. Yeah. What do you want to know?
The story of it? I don't know when they got it. I knew a little bit just looking through the deeds.
Okay, come on in.
Oh, thank you.
Inside, Glenda's in the middle of eating lunch. She's dressed in sweats and a Lynyrd Skynyrd t-shirt. The TV show Ellen is playing in the background. Oh, and there's a cat.
Oh, hi, kitty. Oh my gosh, I'm a big cat person.
Mm-hmm. Glenda describes 1807 Sherwood Lane as the neighborhood hang spot for her part of Inglewood.
I lived there from 1966 till a few years back. That was the gathering place that we always gathered for family reunions, or we gathered for Christmas, holidays, Mother's Day, you name it.
Her dad worked on riverboats, going out for weeks at a time to shuttle goods up and down the Tennessee, Mississippi, and Ohio rivers. Her mother worked at a grocery store. She and her two sisters all went to school in the neighborhood. Glenda says that after her father died and her mother was diagnosed with dementia, she sold the house because she didn't have enough money to fix it up. I asked if I could show her some pictures from my time inside the house.
Look at this.
That's old records.
Yep, looked like a virgin.
Uh-huh, that was mine. Couldn't you not tell?
So when you were growing up, you have really happy memories of that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. A bunch of happy memories there. And if it wasn't for Mom and Daddy, it wouldn't have been happy.
Glenda goes on, story after story, about the driveway Daddy built for Mama because she kept almost driving to the ditch, about the family's pet cemetery in the backyard.
2 cats, 2 dogs, and a chicken.
About the tree Daddy planted in the front yard and the tone of his voice when he caught Glenda ditching school. They were a family, but like all families, they had their quirks and dysfunctions.
Mama was the clean-cut, knit type. Mama never drank, never smoked, never done any of that. Daddy drank, smoked, played cards. See, when I was born, to be honest, Mom and Daddy were getting a divorce because Daddy was so wild, and Mama just couldn't hang on no longer. So she was going to divorce my dad. She came up pregnant with me. My mom and dad stayed together because of me. And they've been together for 61 years.
All at 1807 Sherwood Lane. I asked Glenda what it's like, those final moments in the house, as she gathered the last items of value, like her dad's pocket knife collection, old photos, and the family radio.
Yeah, it killed me. There was no words to describe. Because every time I looked at something, I seen Daddy standing there, or seen Mama sitting on the chair or on the couch. Yeah, I could, After I got all my stuff out, I just took pictures of it, and I stayed in the front yard, just cried.
Glenda says she's avoiding that street altogether. She's just not ready to go back, and she's not sure she ever will. The house held so much of her life and the life of her family.
If those walls could talk, those walls could tell you more than I have.
But the walls can't talk. Today, they're somewhere near Ashland City, getting smashed with a compactor and covered with dirt. If she did return to Sherwood Lane, she'd see now that 2 homes are being built on the lot. More than half a century of living wiped clean. In its place, 2 blank slates, ready for the next round of lives to unfold.